Let me name a few different films for you. Apocalypse Now, THX 1138, American Graffiti, The Conversation, The Godfather Part 2. Do you know what all these films have in common? Any ideas? No? For all of these films, Walter Murch was credited with sound design. But why is this important, you may ask? Let me tell you. Walter Murch was responsible for the revolutionisation of sound in film. In 2017, Empire magazine named him as the godfather of sound design. In order to fully understand the importance of this, we have to know exactly what sound design is. After typing sound design into Google, this is what came up. Sound design is the art and practice of creating audio tracks for a variety of needs. It involves specifying, acquiring or creating auditory elements using audio production techniques and tools. To sum it up, a sound designer's job is to make sounds sound how they're supposed to sound. Sound confusing? Let me give you an example. Here's a short scene from Apocalypse Now, a film in which Walter Murch was credited for his sound design.
It's alright! It's alright! It's all been approved!
You hear that? That's ambient sound, used to bring a sense of realism to a particular location. I'd say bird noises are pretty fitting for a jungle. And here we have some non-diegetic, yet fitting music.
It's alright! It's alright!
And there's some dialogue. From
It's
listening to
alright!
him,
It's alright!
he sounds as if he's speaking from pretty far away.
I ain't coming in there!
We, as the audience, are still able to hear him quite well though.
Stop it with the siren, man!
Most likely. This dialogue will have been recorded separately to the visuals, and then had effects added on. Okay, last one. When the music starts playing, there's a sound that, in my opinion, resembles a stick hitting metal. A non-diegetic sound. But just a second later, the music stops and one of the characters produced the same sounds by hitting a wooden stick on a can.
It's alright! It's all been approved!
I think Murch did this to try and bridge the gap between diegetic and non-diegetic sounds, creating a further sense of realism, while still having the music to be able to distinctly set the atmosphere for the same. And that was all in the first 7 seconds. This level of thought, precision, and good use of sound can really add to the quality and outcome of a movie. I think the impact Murch had on the final outcome of that movie, in terms of the sounds, is the reason as to why sound design is now such a vital part of any production. As Apocalypse Now was the first ever movie to have a credited sound designer, and that was all the way back in 1979.
Hi there guys, you guys doing good? So today I'm going to talk about Ben Burtt and his famous achievements that he has created over the years. But first, let me talk to you a little bit about who Ben Burtt is and why he is so amazing at what he does. Ben Burtt is an American sound designer that worked in various films such as Star Wars, Star Trek, WALL-E and E.T. He was born on the 12th of July 1948. Today I'll be talking about a famous movie that has been there for quite some time. It's a movie that everyone loves and enjoys, and there's one particular character that everyone loves and adores, and that special person is WALL-E. Here is a clip that I have found from the movie that has a sound effect that is disguised as a Foley sound that intrigued me and stood out to me. In it, Eve gives out the sound effect of an explosion. This intrigues me because it gives a loud bang and it gives the impression of her being scary and evil. I feel like in that particular scene, Ben Burtt has made the character Eve seem evil because in the movie her name is Eve and her as a robot is represented as evil, which kind of makes sense. But in the end, there's a bit of a twist because she becomes nice and is friends with WALL-E.